Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another Friday night edition of Pajama Party. One host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Bonsoir. ¿Cómo te digo?
Ima.
Everybody good? What's going on, Ketel?
Oh, nothing too much. How about you guys? What's going on that end?
Not much. Just living the dream, you know.
He's working. Working on everywhere but the railroad.
I hear you. All right.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. What's going on with you, Poppa DD? Anything new?
No, everything is cool. You know, it's that planting season, so been in the yard trying to make stuff happen, you know.
Oh, you growing anything legal?
Yeah, everything's legal.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm just making sure I don't have to call the people on you, because I'm not going down for no mess. Anywho, let's see. We gonna kick it off?
Yeah.
All right, kick it off. What's going on? What's on your mind
we'll
tonight?
talk about open things up.
Oh, you tell me. Let's see.
All right, we had a incident in New York. Now, this was listen to this story pretty carefully, because this is a classic Karen, but she's trying to put a spin on it, because, you know, once these Karens get exposed, they kind of want to, you know, act like, you know. Anyway, she was a pregnant, I don't know if she's 1 month, 2 months, whatever, but pregnancy was her biggest battle cry in this whole situation. And she's an NYC nurse accused of taking a city bike from a black man outside the hospital. City bikes are those bikes that people rent, you know, and they do it in D.C. as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But come to find out, they think the cause of it is that there were other bikes lined up. You know, they had different dock stations for these things, and this happened at a dock station. The bike the little boy had was better than all the rest of them, so she jumped on his. He already had it queued up and everything, but she put her phone on the the QR code.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
In order to gain possession of it, to override what he already had. But anyway, you know, the story says that a white Manhattan hospital worker was accused of taking a city bike from a young black man, and said that that she had paid for the two-wheeler. The lawyer claims, and he didn't, or something to that effect. Now, the lawyer who was representing the 6-month pregnant Bellevue Hospital employee is now viral video on the incident, okay? Now, claiming that she was wheeling the bike away from the dock when the group pushed back in and started filming. Now, the boy already had the bike in his name, but she wanted this bike, you know, because, like I said, it was a newer model, and there was only one left like that, so she overpowered him. They got into the whole thing. So she started crying, and people came over to help her, and people obviously took her side, you know, and it was just a big mess. Now they're going to court and everything. But what she did, she started a GoFundMe account saying that she need help, so people won't accuse her of being a Karen. And white folks gave this woman so far $150,000 in her GoFundMe account for legal defenses. She said she wants to save her reputation, not get fired from the hospital, and not be considered being a Karen. What the hell do you think else you are? They determined that the boy had receipts for the bike and everything. He already had the bike. You put your phone on there and stole the QR code and snatched the bike right from him. And then when he started pulling back to get the bike back, she started crying, saying, I'm pregnant, leave me alone, he's harassing me. It was just crazy. Crazy. So you'll hear about it eventually because it just really happened. But another case of Karen, and they got video of it and everything, so you'll see what happens. It's pretty crazy. So what do you think about that?
Who, me?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It sounds like another Karen situation. Now, I don't know how those companies work, but how could both people have reserved the same bike? I thought they had some kind of, precautions in place so that once you rent it, that's your bike. So how's she going to come out there talking about she has receipts, he's got receipts, and they arguing over the bike? It just sounds to me like another case of white privilege. That she decided, I want this one, and I'm pregnant, and I'm, you need to just give it up. It sounds like white privilege to me. What you think, Kevin?
Oh, boy. Here we go. I feel like Poppa DD is. I'm not the type of person that cuss, but I might start cussing today because this shiggity just doesn't make any sense. It just felt like we're starting to become obsolete. Sometimes when I'm certain places, people don't even know that I exist. And because these things here are going on with these so-called Karens, it's like, okay, black folks, y'all don't exist. And that's sad to say. Like, she knew the guy was there first, but now all of a sudden, I don't know, you just going to start a commotion? I mean, is it because you wanted the bike and you think you're privileged to get it? Or because you start crying wolf, people going to come running and give you money? I mean, I'm starting to think these people are really doing these things for a reason, to get money and sympathy. Maybe something's going on in your life that you're not getting enough attention. So now you crying wolf. Who are you? But like I said, I just feel like we don't exist anymore in the world. That just messes me up. But if we start making noise, then we're angry black people and this and that. No, we're coming back at you because you have treated us like shit. So, Miss Karen, I don't even feel for you. I don't feel sorry for you. You're gonna get what's coming due to you. That's how I feel.
I'm trying to understand the GoFundMe part.
Yeah.
It's one thing for you to try to get sympathy and you're concerned about your so-called reputation. But how do you have the audacity to say, now I have to get a lawyer to defend my reputation, so I'm going to raise money, and these brain-dead people who going to support that kind of cause?
Yeah.
I mean, well, heck, let me get out here and get into a tussle and start a GoFundMe. See if I can get $150,000.
But it just goes to show you,
it's
too.
Ridiculous.
Go to show you, too, when people say, for them to do that and give her $150,000, it goes to show you what people were saying, and you got the right to say, damn right I did. When somebody says to you, you just voted for Barack Obama because he was black. Hell yeah, I did. Because you just gave this woman money on her GoFundMe account just because she was white. You didn't think about the situation. You just gave money. All of y'all just gave money. And then she said she gave it so she won't lose her job and be listed as a Karen. Well, you don't want to use the word Karen.
Yeah.
On your own situation,
And in case she didn't know, there is no registry of Karens. So I don't know what she means about I don't want to be labeled as a Karen. Nobody's keeping a book of all the Karens.
Well,
so, like, what are you talking about?
Well, you know what, Ketel? It's funny you said that because I've been saying that really about black men for years. I just felt that black men are just so invisible. I mean, we could be 6'5", staying in line at a hotel, to be next in line somewhere in the parking lot or anywhere, and people get in front of you like it's no big deal, like it's no big deal, and I'm like, wow, didn't you see me standing here or what, you know? And they dare us to be aggressive, like you said, because now we're the angry black man and all this and all that. But I think the sum of all of it is, like I always say, we got to stop patronizing them motherfuckers. We really do. And when I say patronize, I'm not talking about buying stuff and all that. I mean, it just seems like we're, you know, sometimes black folks are such good-natured people that we just have such mannerism and just attention to detail, and we say all the right things to people. We lead off with sir or ma'am, thank you, please. And that stuff gets thrown back in our face when it comes to some people out there, some white folks, and especially them damn Asians. Gosh, no disrespect to the Asian persuasion, but damn, you can't be nice to them motherfuckers. Man, you go buy something from the Chinese store, you complain about something, they want to bite your damn head off. Where you go? You got your right. And you be like, all right, fuck it, I'm out. You know, you don't want to hear that bullshit. It's like, damn, what the fuck? So even with the Karens now, the same thing. They jump in your business for something. Then all of a sudden, when you react, now please, come here, black man. I'm pregnant. He pushed me. Yada, yada, yada. You can't win.
Well, I feel like she should not be allowed to raise money for this bull crap, but I guess on GoFundMe, you can do what you want to a degree. All right.
Yeah, well.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Keep following that New York story.
Yeah. It just recently happened, Pop?
Yeah. Over the last few days.
What's the lady's name? When we put it on the Ketel list.
Oh, yeah.
They give her a name? We'll just call her Karen. Bike stealing Karen.
Okay.
I don't know what her name is. If you find it, you can shout her out. But I'm going to write down the bike stealing Karen.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well,
all right.
Anybody, I was going to say, if anybody's listening tonight, out there tonight, hit us up, 914-803-4306, and push 1 to join in the conversation. We would like to hear some good feedback tonight. So.
Yeah. Or if you know that Karen's name, let us know. Holla.
Yeah.
All right. Ketel, let's go with the rundown. You ready?
All right. I'm ready.
All right. Fire it up.
Okay. All right. In focus tonight, we got some doozies tonight besides the one we just started with. FBI offers a $250,000 reward for a man killing his wife. What's going on? Also, NAACP issued travel advisory for Florida. Well, that was interesting. Heard that on the radio. And Mississippi cop shoot 11-year-old boy in chest after he called 911. Oh, boy. Cocktail of the week. I'm going to give you 2 of them tonight. Well, it's a long weekend. Also, what's popping with Poppa DD? Weird news, of course. We have to lighten it up. Bear barges into Connecticut bakery. Also, man steals backhoe for a 10-mile drive to Illinois airport to catch flight. And man shot roommate after accusing him of eating the last hot pocket. Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine to win is slavery a game. Living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, the Kiss It list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with In Focus.
Your finest cognac over a glass of ice in a short glass. Goes great with Poppa DD's segment. Living for the City on Blog Talk Radio every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time or apajamaparty.com on a live stream. I want to talk to that Poppa DD myself. I'm going to hit him up. It's on 914-803-4306. Once again, that's 914-803-4306. And you should too.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Bonsoir. All right. Feel like Matthew McConaughey. All right. We're going to get right into the In Focus. And Ketel, coming to you first. What's your In Focus tonight?
Okay. FBI has put on the most wanted list. We might have put him on the kitchen list as well. This crazy man here. FBI has more than doubled the reward money in an effort to catch a Chicago man accused of killing his wife just hours after they got married more than a decade ago. Now, they've been looking for this man since 2012.
Wow.
So investigators say his name is Arnaldo Jimenez. He's 41 now. He fatally stabbed his wife less than 24 hours after their wedding in 2012. His wife was 26 years old, was found dead in the bathtub of her home, still wearing the dress she wore to her wedding reception. The FBI announced on Thursday it was increasing its reward from $100,000 to $250,000 for any additional leading to an arrest and conviction of this crazy man. He's on the Bureau's the 10 most wanted fugitives. It's believed that he may have fled to Durango, Mexico. So they married May 11, 2012, and then went to celebrate with family and friends. Burbank police and the FBI believe the newlyweds got into an argument, and the guy, Shimez Black Maserati, as they were returning home in the early morning hours of May 12th. Carrera's family became concerned when she never showed up to pick up her children. Wow, 2-year-old son and 8-year-old daughter. And Carrera's body was discovered during a wellness check the next day. Oh, wow. And he was on. This guy was put on the 10 most wanted fugitive list in 2019. Damn, it took a whole 7 years for y'all to put him on the 10 most wanted fugitive list. He's been gone since 2012. Come on now. So, wow. So that's what 10 years ago.
I'm blown away by that.
So the kids are what, 12 and 20 now? Wow. Crazy. I'm blown away too. Why did you get married? You know.
Yeah.
What was that about?
That's an age-old question right there.
But that must have been a hell of an argument. I mean, on your wedding night, y'all arguing to the point where he decided, I'll kill her. And then he disappeared in the thin air?
I know. No trace or nothing.
Somebody knows
he had a good 20. Yeah, he had a good 24 hours to go. We had to, to go until they went looking for the next day. Wow, it's crazy. So, sometimes it's hard when you run to other countries. It's hard to try to expedite you. But, I mean, come on now, people. Mexico ain't that big. Yeah.
You said his name is crazy. What? Jimenez or something like that?
Right, Jimenez. Arnaldo Jimenez. Jimenez.
So he's
now
Latino.
41, so he's in his 20s. Mm-hmm. So he was in his 20s. Same
is
as
his wife
wife.
Latina as well?
Estrella Carrera.
Yeah.
Sounds like
exactly. See, this once again sounds like some stuff of the FBI, well, I don't even go there. I'll say the police. They prioritize people based on who they're most concerned about. Now, this woman sounds like brutally murdered in the tub on her wedding night. And I can't help but think if this had been somebody that looked like a Barbie, this would have been a whole different situation. But this is a Latina couple. Her children, I would assume, are Latin descent as well. How is it that nobody can find this man? This happened in 2012? Are you kidding me? Something ain't right.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying. Something ain't right.
I agree with you on that. What you stirring up over the Pop? What you think?
How well do they know each other?
That's a good question.
Because, you know, a lot of people have these shotgun weddings because they're having some great sex, you know what I mean? And like, oh my God, damn, we gotta get married. Oh my God, I just wanna fuck you every day, you know, kind of thing. And then the shit goes south with the first argument. That's what's heavy about those shotgun weddings, you know. It's like, you know, once the thrill is gone,
it's long gone, huh?
As shit goes with it.
Long gone. Yeah, that's just messed up. But I stand by my opinion. Because they are a Latin couple, that this is not a high priority. Until it finally, somebody must have kicked up some dust about it, and now the FBI says, oh, we're going to put him on the most wanted list. Well, it took you how many years? 10?
7 years.
7 years to finally do this?
How long it take us to put them on our kitchen list? 5 minutes?
Wow.
If that long.
We put motherfuckers on the Christian list in 5 minutes.
Because we know how to prioritize.
And then they upped the ante. That's was $100,000. Now, finally went up to $250,000. Gosh, it's crazy.
Well, I hope they find him. But all right, we'll keep
I agree.
Yeah, that was wild. I'm mad now over that one. They made me angry. All right, Poppa DD. Over to you.
All right, this is interesting because this kind of hits home for me because I know a few people that I used to work with through the years that live in Florida now. And these jokers went up there and retired up there like everything is so hunky-dory. You know, but just recently, the NAACP, they set up a Florida travel ban, you know. It's less about traveling and more about, you know, black voters. You know, NAACP travel advised for black people considered a visit or a move to Florida. Has less to do with potential travel, but more to do with rallying black residents of the state to counter Republican-led politics and everything else that got to do with that state right now. I mean, that state is like, they're anti-everything, anti-gay, anti-this, anti-that. You know, you can't do anything in that state. Ron DeSantis is losing his mind about every little thing going on, and black folks are walking around there like they just part of all that, when they don't realize that state don't want to. Those jokers even talking about Disney World up there. You know what I mean? They're even saying he's somehow, I quote Ron DeSantis saying they've been on their own. They're talking about Disney has been on their own for the last 50, 60 years, but it's a new sheriff in town. Now, what do you mean by a new sheriff in town? First of all, when people go to Florida, they go down there to go to Disney World. They don't give a shit about you. They sure don't check in with you or check out with you when they're leaving. So what do you in your politics and your gay badgering and your homophobia? What's that got to do with somebody taking a child to Disney World? And why do you feel like you're going to take over Disney World? And then Disney World got back at them, saying they're scrapping a huge development they was going to build, which was like $1 billion, which was going to employ like 2,000 people. They scrapped that. They said, all right, you want to fight? We can fight because we've been here for a minute. Mm-hmm. Now, Disney's celebrating 50 years of, is it 50 years or 100 years? I think it's 50 years.
I don't know.
In Disney World. They're celebrating, well, last time, I know it's at least 50 years. But the Santos is only 44 years old. So, that's crazy, okay?
When would there be for him?
before him, they were there 6 years before he was swimming around in somebody's scrotum sack. You're 44, and they've been there for 50 years. So how are you all of a sudden thinking you're going to come in and step on a giant like that? My goodness, Disney World progresses every year. People have babies. Every time somebody has babies, Disney World is doing well. Because the people's thing is eventually to take their child to Disney World. So.
And they're the second largest employer in Florida.
Exactly. So what do you? I don't understand. What are you saying? What do you? What do you think you're? And then you're only going to be mayorable for so long.
Mhm.
What's going to happen when you leave? Everything's going to go back to normal. And now he's running for president. And this is all in lieu of what we're talking about as far as they're telling. NAACP is telling people, look, moving to Florida is not a good idea. I don't care if you're in Jacksonville or Orlando, Sanford, the Keys, wherever. It don't matter. It's run by one governor who's really losing his mind. They ought to do the same thing for Texas. Texas has got the same thing with that Governor Abbott up there. They're doing the same thing. And I don't know, people just need to see the light. I think some people need to really look and play some of Martin Luther King's old sayings and old teachings, because this has all been spoken on before. Because back in the day, there was a man named Governor Wallace, who was the governor of Alabama. And he gave Martin Luther King just as much hell, more hell than Ron DeSantis is doing right now. And Martin Luther King said it over and over again, over and over again. God has not yet turned this world over to Governor Wallace. Governor Wallace was
he was a mess.
He was a mess.
You're talking about a stone to the cold, to the bone hater. That man was racist from every fiber.
Because he was in the
body.
loop. A lot of these people are and so relative to the story, a lot of these people are in a loop, and this is what the NAACP is saying. A lot of these white folks only learned what they learned in their life, and they're repeating it over and over again. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she only knows what she knows, and repeating it all over again. And then they accept a person like, what's the other guy, Santos in New York, that was lying
George Santos.
Just lied his ass off into a Congress job, and they sit back and let it happen. Now we get pulled over and get shot at a traffic light. This man goes all the way into Congress on a complete lie, and he's still there today. There's something totally wrong with everything going on.
Yeah, the system is jacked.
I don't understand. Anyway, the NAACP is telling people, look, it's under your own discretion how you want to handle your Florida situation. You're going to go there for entertainment, go there, get entertained, go to Disney World, Universal Studios, whatever, and get out of there. That place is not beneficial to our health and welfare. And you're hearing that from the NAACP itself. So keep on defying it. Keep on patronizing white folks like you do up there, and watch what happens, because they're just ignorant. They're on a loop. All they know is what their grandfathers and great-grandfathers taught them and passed down about black people, and they repeat it over and over again. Yeah, watch them black folks. Yeah, them black folks. Yeah, all they know. That's all they know. That's all repeated. They don't have no broad knowledge or no broad teaching or no wonderful mannerism, or was raised by decent people like black folks were. So,
DeSantos' latest thing now is he signed some legislation to require a course for people graduating from high school and college, that they have to pass this course of what he calls American history, or the history of America or something. Mm-hmm. And he has a study guide that goes with this, right? You got to learn all this material to pass the test. But what's interesting is that this so-called history of America begins like around 1877, post-slavery.
Post-everything.
So they deliberately just X'd out the history of slavery from that time frame, going all the way back to when English people came here. They just skipped all of that and figured, all right, let's just whitewash.
Started in 77, which is if you're a person of a certain age like myself, your great-grandparents was living further back than then.
But the point is, they're just saying, let's not even discuss or teach or talk about slavery.
Because it was
because
vicious back then.
That's just too much.
They don't want.
We're just going to act like, oh, let's just not even talk about that. I mean, this is once again the whitewashing
that's
of
the
black
loop.
facts.
See, that's where their loop begins, and they don't want to get deep back in because
then
they got to talk about the Civil War and the North and the South and the slaveries and how black people got guns.
So they're just gonna skip all of that.
They're gonna skip all that because they don't want to get that deep. And the sad part about it is that nothing's being done for it to be enforced, but Jews will not let you forget about the Holocaust.
Oh, no. And see, DeSantis is accusing everybody who he calls woke, his favorite word, that he doesn't even know what it means, but everything and everyone that he labels woke, he claims that woke people are indoctrinating people of this country. And I'm like, look at what you're doing. What's the difference? Even if wokeness was indoctrinating people, you're putting together a fake me out history course that you're going to force on anybody who's graduating, and you think wokeness is indoctrinating people? See, this is the thing. That's the trick. They do stuff that they accuse others of and then act like, oh, I'm not doing that. It's all of y'all. He is so full of crap, man. DeSantis is going to be on the top of the kiss it list from now on.
Yeah,
how do you get paired up with Elon Musk? What was that, Ketel?
What's that?
Do they understand what woke means?
No, he doesn't, because it's not woke is not anything that they started or generated. They're just using another word they heard from another ethnicity that they're trying to put their own spin on. So it's pretty heavy.
Crazy.
They act like anything that has to do with fairness to anything or anyone that is non-white is wokeness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're trying to get some fairness or some equal rights for somebody that is a person of color, you're woke, according to them. Like, they just don't get it. I just want to smack somebody every time they start misusing the word woke. We need to just knock them out and say, now, are you woke now?
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Wake up. All right, I'll move on. That DeSantis man is, anyway, speaking of atrocity, Mississippi, going down south, a little boy named Adarian Murray, 11-year-old Mississippi boy, came just inches, from losing his life this week when he was shot in the chest by a Mississippi police officer. Now, this little boy, Adarian Murray, was calling 911 to help his mother, who was involved in a domestic disturbance with the father of, well, I'll put it this way, with one of her baby daddies. She was going through some stuff. The man showed up at 4 in the morning out in front of the house, out there acting a fool. So she told her 11-year-old, call 911. So once the boy called 911, the police came, and somehow the police officer said, everybody come out the house. So when the little boy comes out the house, soon as he turned the corner, the cop shot him right in the chest. And now the attorney for the family of this child is saying there's no way in the world this cop or anybody else could mistake this 11-year-old child as an adult. Mm-hmm. So you can't even say, oh, I thought it was, the man or the boyfriend or whatever. He's 11. And I saw a photo of him standing next to the attorney. They're not the same height. That boy is at least a good maybe 2 feet shorter than an average height adult. So, I mean, it was so bad because once he got shot, at first, he didn't even realize it. And then when he realized it, his mother was, compressing the wound. The boy was laying there bleeding out. She's trying to put, pressure on the wound. The boy, bless his heart, was laying there singing gospel songs and praying while his mother is trying to save his life. Mm-hmm. And this cop is still working. And that's the other part I don't understand.
And he's black.
Yeah.
And he's black on top of that.
The cop is black?
The cop is black.
Oh, my God.
And only because they showed him. Now, any other time they wouldn't have showed right, exactly.
See?
But Bill's a black cop. We got a picture of the cop. We're going to show you the cop, and boom, there he is. The narrative toward black people is always a wide open situation.
That's not right.
Nobody hiding. Nobody saying we won't show him now because it's under investigation. No, they put his black ass picture right there on TV. Just to calm down the narrative, what they think is calming down the narrative, but they're all blue. They're blue. I mean, that's like saying the ones in Memphis that beat up that young man not long ago, they were all black. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, that's true.
They're patronizing their white police officers and acting like them and doing what they do. So hell, we can't trust them either. Color ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, Adarian was taken to the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, where he was given a chest tube and placed on a ventilator. Turns out he had a collapsed lung, fractured ribs, and a lacerated liver, but he got released on Wednesday, and he's slowly recovering. I'm like, thank God, because if that boy had died, this would have been a whole different story.
I'm sure he's still ain't out of the woods.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure he'll probably be traumatized for the rest of his life over that. I know his mother is. So her attorney is saying it's not okay for a cop to do this and get away with it. So they're trying to, bring all this attention to it. The cop's name is Greg Capers. So put him on the kiss it list. Greg Capers, Capers. He's been placed on paid administrative leave, but he has not been charged in the shooting of this child. So the family is requesting to see the body cam. Well, the family is asking for the body cam footage, but they've been denied because the police say it's an ongoing investigation.
And where
so I hope this was in Mississippi.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my
down south again.
Yeah. That's what they do. Yeah.
Well, I hope they're able to hold it. Yeah.
But I think black and white cops are trying to extinguish blacks, period. It doesn't matter. It depends. To me, things like that depends on the way you live in the state. They just trying to distinguish us, period.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it. Wow. Mm-hmm.
I just read an article today about, and I forgot what city, a black cop tased an 11-year-old girl because she and two of her friends were in a store shoplifting. I guess he was on a security detail there. He saw her. He said something to her or called her or told her to put the stuff, whatever it was, he said something to her and she ignored him. He claims he spoke to her or gave her a command 3 times, and when she didn't adhere to his command, with her, he said she was 10 feet away from him. He hit her with the taser. I'm like, that's a child. And while she was laying on the ground after she fell out, he stood over her and said, this is why black people don't have grocery stores in their own neighborhoods. I'm like, see, that's what Ketel was saying. It doesn't seem to matter. These cops aren't black or white. They're all blue. How you going to tase a child and then say some crap like that while she's laying on the floor zapped? Oh, boy. It's too much.
How old was the child again?
She was 11.
Wow.
Well, she is. She didn't die. She is 11. I'll have to see if I can find out what city that was in. This is the kind of mess
like,
going on.
The people that are in authority, like cops or teachers or whatever, they don't try to discipline the child. They just take action. Because there's been some teachers and doing some crazy stuff, beating up on students and stuff like that. I guess they're like, enough is enough. I'm tired. But come on now. People under a certain age, you should be able to try to talk to somebody or discipline them in a different manner, not in that way. It's just we just seem like we don't have no solutions to things. We just take action and that's it, and deal with the consequences later.
Yeah, that seems to be how folk are rolling. Well,
Crazy.
I guess we'll take a quick break, and then we're coming back with Ketel, who's going to give us some needed cocktails of the week. And it has been rough this week. Yeah, the week. All right, on the other side of the break, coming back with the cocktail of the week.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because you know we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm with Poppa DD. I'm your Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Woo! Bonsoir, darling. Yes. All right, Ketel. Folks are thirsty. It's time for the cocktail of the week. Ooh, what you got for us this week?
All right. So there's a lot going on this week, and it's a long weekend, and some folks don't have to go to work on Monday. I'm going to give you 2 cocktails, and they're going to be just right for this weekend. This first one is called the Backyard Cooler. 1.5 ounces of Aviation American Gin. Yes, we're going gin. 0.5 ounces of grapefruit juice. That's for you, Papa. 0.5 ounces of lime juice. 0.5 ounces of simple syrup. And top it off with the club soda. So we're going to combine all the ingredients except the club soda into a cocktail shaker with ice. Shake. Then strain into a glass with ice and top it with the club soda. And, of course, you have to have that beautiful grapefruit half of a wheel into that glass. And that's called the Backyard Cooler. Okay.
Yeah.
I got one more. I got one more for you. Watermelon Summer. Also with the same type of gin or the gin of your choice, the Aviation American Gin, 1.5 ounces of that. 0.75 ounces of watermelon juice, 0.75 ounces of lime juice, 0.5 ounces of simple syrup, and 0.25 ounces of triple sec liqueur. Also, you have to have watermelon chunks to garnish. So combine all these ingredients into a cocktail shaker with ice, shake, and then strain into a glass with ice and the watermelon chunks. And that is called the Watermelon Summer.
Watermelon Summer?
Yep. Hello. That's saying hello to summer.
That sounds really good. I like that. They both sound good. The Backyard Cooler and the Watermelon Summer. All right. Cocktail of the Week is brought to you by Ketel and our parent company, DC Homegrown Entertainment. Thank you so much for that, Ketel. That was a good one. Getting ready for the long week. Wait. All right, Poppa DD.
Ooh,
you know what's up.
Already?
What's popping?
Wow. Well, I tell you what, it's finally coming to light what Ron DeSantis was saying about the dates and all, that he wants people to get the lesson on things. You know, he's trying not to go back in the area where he knew it was dark back then. And it's so sad because I've been preaching for a long time that the Civil War and slavery and all this stuff was not long ago. You know? Lincoln and his presidency wasn't that long ago. I mean, you could think of time and say, okay, he was the middle 1800s like that, but that wasn't long ago, because you may have brothers and sisters that was born in the middle 1900s. I mean, some people got a brother and sister born in 1945, 46, stuff like that. So it was 100 years ago, from that time frame. I mean, it's over 170, 180 years ago now, but that's still no time. Time passing that really makes a difference is the time of the dinosaurs and shit, and all that shit back then, Noah's Ark and all that old shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But slavery and stuff like that, I mean, you figure when Tulsa was burned, in the early 1900s, that's when black folks had just started thriving from being slaves. Their parents were slaves, and they started thriving because they owned their my goodness. Anything they did, they mastered it, because they did it for free for years. So if they was fixing the footing on horses or anything, you name it, carpentry, electricians. But then you had these immigrants coming over here back then, the Italians and the Irish. They the ones that started all the crap, because they wanted jobs, and blacks was like, yo, I ain't got no job. If I get a job, I'm going to give it to my brother or sister. I ain't giving it to you. So they get barbaric, start drinking, because they was drinking, they was getting drunk over in Europe. So they come over America, and they going to still get drunk and walk around being vagrants and all, because hell, to get over from Europe back then, that was just a boat ride. They showed that in Titanic. That's what Leonardo DiCaprio was doing, riding on the Titanic. He wasn't doing nothing special. I think he got a ticket on that boat just on a poker game. Mm-hmm. In the very beginning, he won a damn poker game and got a ticket on the Titanic. So back then, it didn't take no big like it is over in Texas, where you got immigrants by the thousands coming over there. Back then, people come over to America like it wasn't shit and just migrate like it wasn't nothing. That's why I hear all these people now that got successful. Yeah, my parents was immigrants, and he talk about it like it's such a common thing. But then you got people now that won't let immigrants in. So how you got one level of people talking about how, I own 7 restaurants, and I'm the child of Italian immigrants, and now you ain't let motherfuckers in. So what is it, a cutoff now? I don't understand. I don't understand that to save my life. You can actually put people on buses and send them to D.C. and Philadelphia and say, they came over there, immigrants, But I'm sure that Governor Abbott has some immigrants in his working in that Capitol building. Somebody immigrated over here 40 years ago, or the children of immigrants. So they don't know who to turn in, or who to turn down, or who to turn back. This shit been going on for years. So what do you think you're doing now different that ain't, it's just amazing. That whole immigration thing is just, it's a mess, because the ones that got over here ain't talking. They're even being prejudiced toward people that are trying to get over here now, because they got jobs and all. Remember the girl that was running for that job in Virginia? Virginia,
yeah.
Remember that girl? She's a cop. Remember she lost Vega.
Vega, yeah.
Vega.
I
remember her?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, her father couldn't even fucking speak English. This is my father. Remember he had that fat neck talking? Hi, this is my dad. Dad, yo, you gonna win. You gonna win. Her father was just as ignorant to English as it wasn't funny, and he was an older guy. Mm-hmm. But he ain't no jack, so she just got his ass over here. But he's cool, because now the daughter's cool. She's born in America. She's an American immigrant. But everybody else beyond her is what, not allowed? And she was just now running. What was she running for?
I forgot.
Some kind of Congress person or whatever.
Congress or
something.
Or something.
She's running for Congress, but everybody else ain't allowed in. And her non-speaking ass family can't even speak English and shit. But they're cool. But now the descendants of them aren't cool no more. Boy, I tell you, boy, all them people out there, Spanish, Asian, you name it, that are trying to get over here, boy, they some racist motherfuckers to their own people. Because they don't want their modern-day people to come over, but them motherfuckers is here and been here. So, what are you going to do? I'll leave that alone.
I understand. It does make you wonder.
Because everybody gets on TV
says... who gets to decide, okay, you're acceptable, people from this country, you're okay, but people from this country, no. We don't want you.
And we never hear the story of the person that got 4 restaurants in Key West, Florida, and when you interview him in his nice restaurant that won a, what's it called, James Beard Award and all that shit. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I'm an immigrant. I came over here 30 years ago. My parents came over as an immigrant. Okay, well, there you go. The same motherfuckers in the water right now in Texas doing the same shit your parents did. So what's the difference? I don't get it.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it alone.
Woo. Poppa DD fired up.
I'm going to leave it alone.
All right, Ketel.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic, baby.
Yes, indeed. Drop that thing. It's time to lighten it up. Woo, gotta lighten it up. Oh, my goodness. It's time for the weird news, and I'm up first. I got the bears barging into a Connecticut bakery. This is out of Avon, Connecticut. A hungry black bear, it would be a black bear, a hungry black bear barged into the garage of a Connecticut bakery, scared the employees, and helped itself to 60 cupcakes before it finally left. Workers at Taste by Spellbound in the town of Avon were loading up cakes for a van delivery on Wednesday when the bear showed up. They said that there's about 1,000 to 1,200 black bears living in Connecticut. I didn't know that. They said their sightings last year in 158 of the state's 169 towns. So it looks like it's more bears than people up there. Bakery owner Miriam Stevens wrote in an Instagram post that she heard her employee, Maureen Williams, screaming bloody murder and yelling that there was a bear in the garage. So they were shouting, trying to scare the bear off, but the bear retreated and then came back 3 times. And then Williams said the bear charged at her, so she backed on up. I don't blame her. She backed on out of the garage and ran. So the surveillance video shows that the bakery workers were walking around the side of the business trying to scare the bear and then running away after the bear scared them. So on the video, you can see the bear dragging a container of cupcakes out of the garage into the parking lot, where the bear sat out in the parking lot right where he stole the cupcakes and ate every one of them. 60. Not 10 or 20. This bear ate 60 cupcakes. I said, you got to be a bold bear. You're going to go, you're going to go in there and steal the stuff out the bakery and then sit right in their parking lot and eat them in their face. I guess that bear said, what you going to do? I'm eating every one of them.
That's crazy. Wow.
Bears going wild.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Almost like the bear that ingested the cocaine.
Oh, Lord, not the cocaine bear. Might be a friend of his. They made it into a movie. It's crazy. I don't know. This might be the weed bear, because he had some serious munchies the way he broke up in that bakery and ate all those cupcakes. All right, we're going to keep it moving. Let's see who's up. Ketel, you're up next. What you got?
Yeah. In Marion, Illinois. Okay, they're in Illinois right now. Man steals backhoe for a 10-mile drive to Illinois airport. He catch a flight. Well, he was running late. A Southern Illinois man has been charged with theft for allegedly stealing. Allegedly, right? He was in a backhoe to drive about 10 miles from the airport to catch a flight. Security camera, caught on camera, shows a Carbondale man arriving at a Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois atop a backhoe and leaving it in the airport parking lot. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Footage, here we go again. Footage captured the man walking across the street from the lot to the airport lobby carrying a guitar case The owner of the backhoe arrived at the airport a short time later and identified the equipment as belonging to his company. The sheriff's office said the owner said the machine, typically used to move large debris, had been parked at a job site. And no, he didn't make his flight. After all that, you want to kill the backhoe and you still didn't make the daggone flight, you dummy.
How fast does a backhoe go? Because 10 miles, if you're riding on, I'm thinking, is it like a lawnmower type speed, a riding mower? So that must have taken him a little bit to ride 10 miles on that thing. I guess the cops weren't chasing him, because they would have surely caught him if they saw him on the road. But who knows? Oh, well. Who thinks of that? You're going to steal a backhoe trying to make a flight. That's so strange, but all right. Over to you, Poppa DD.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff here.
They're all crazy. What's your weird name?
Anyway. This happened in Louisville, Kentucky. A man shot his roommate after accusing him of eating in the last Hot Pocket.
Wow.
Now, just show you, when you say Hot Pockets, that just show you the habit of these jokers, okay? The kind of shit they eating. Anybody sit back and eat them damn things. Whew.
And get mad enough to shoot somebody over one?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see that crap that's in their toilet. Their digestive system has got to be rank. Anyway, a man in Kentucky's largest city is facing criminal charges after allegedly shooting his roommate during a dispute over the last Hot Pocket. The guy's name is Clifton Williams. He's 64 years old.
Oh, come on, man. How are you 64 eating Hot Pockets?
Where the fuck is your girlfriend? Where the fuck is your wife? Damn.
Man, what's his name? I'm putting him on the kissing list. Clifton
Williams, 64.
Williams. Okay.
Arrested on assault charges Sunday after he accused a roommate of eating their last Hot Pocket and attacking him, shooting him in the buttocks.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. So Louisville Metro Police Department officials told WLKY-TV. According to police, Williams started throwing towels at the man after he realized the last microwavable turnover was gone. And then he shot him in the buttocks as he tried to escape, the TV reporter reported. Williams is prohibited from contacting the victim, who was taken to University of Louisiana Hospital, treated by a non-life-threatening injury. His bond was set at $7,500.
Wait, wait a minute. I'm rewinding there. You said his roommate?
Yeah, roommate.
And this man is 64.
64, yeah.
And you have a roommate. Okay, how y'all living?
Well, they didn't say whether or not they're living in a Salvation Army, Goodwill, whatever. It could be that kind of shit.
I mean, you know, when I hear roommate, I'm thinking of like people college age, maybe 30.
No, yeah, right. When
but after that, it's like, come on, 64?
Yeah.
And y'all fighting over a Hot Pocket?
No, that's some real ratchet shit.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, that's some ratchet shit going on there.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it all now.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just asking, how are y'all living? What city was this in?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. Okay, Louisville. What's up? Holla at your girl.
And live in color.
Something ain't right. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're coming back with, I'm just saying, I got one for y'all tonight, so don't move.
This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello! You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, Redwine, what you got to say about it?
You know what? Tonight, I want to tell y'all about this.
Uh-oh.
But my question is, since when was slavery a game? Right? When was slavery a game? Now, the Google Play Store has announced that they are no longer featuring a game called the Slavery Simulator. You heard me right. The Slavery Simulator. It was a downloadable game that you could get on the Google Play Store. Now, this game allowed users to buy and exchange and sell black slaves, enslaved black characters. So let that sink in. Okay, now, first of all, who even knew about this game being out there? And who even thought inventing it in the first place was a good idea? I mean, really, a slavery simulator? It turns out Brazil's public prosecutor office was looking into all of this and how the game ended up on the Play Store app in the first place. Now, I found it interesting that Brazil is the one who was spearheading the investigation into how did a slavery simulator end up in the Google Play Store. So according to CNN, Google withdrew the app, which was created by a company called Magnus Games, and yes, they are on the Kiss It list. Google withdrew the game after the platform and the game developers found themselves in the center of all kind of criticism and stuff by social media users in Brazil. And at least the Brazilian people on social media seem to have some kind of morals and, you know, the whole, what do you call it, the compass, the moral compass and all of that. They seem to be on top of it. And apparently Google was either asleep at the wheel or got caught being slick. I don't know which yet. But how in the world could Google not know that you had a foul game like this on your platform? I mean, surely somebody had to have approved it from Google. I mean, because if that's the case, if anybody can just upload games to the platform without Google even knowing or reviewing or approving it, then you know it would be like the wild, wild west for real on the Google Play Store. So I'm not buying this whole thing of, oh, well, you know, we didn't even know. Bull crap. Somebody in Google's organization knew about it, greenlit it, stamped it with the stamp of approval, and that daggone thing ended up on that platform. So I'm just saying, how did and when did slavery become a game? Now, there's nothing about slavery that should ever be any form of entertainment at any level. Haven't black people been through enough? I mean, just living through slavery. And some brain-dead genius came up with this idea at Magnus Games and said, yeah, let's build a slavery simulator game. Now, my question to them is, how come you didn't do a Holocaust simulator?
Not at all.
Is anybody doing that? I bet you won't find it.
They won't go
but
there.
yet, Google allowed a slavery simulator, and these people at Magnus Games created this mess. I'm just saying, when did slavery become a freaking game? There's nothing cute about it. Anybody who came up with if somebody came up with a Holocaust simulator, those folk would be run out of town, tarred and feathered, and thrown under the jail, called everything but a child of God. But this app got released on April 20th, and it was downloaded over 1,000 times before it got removed on Wednesday of this week. So that's almost a month that's a little over a month, that this atrocity of a game stayed available on Google's app. And, of course, there was all kind of racist comments that were, when you have those apps and you can put your reviews and stuff under a game or anything you download, people put comments. So you got a bunch of racist comments out there. And, again, Google was saying, like, oh, I didn't know, we didn't know. Liar. Bull crap, liar. Like I said, this game, it even went so far as to give instructions on how to be a wealthy enslaver, or you could choose to be an abolitionist. So you had to pick. Are you like working against the slaves, or are you working for the slaves? It was that kind of thing. Pick which one character you're going to be. It gave instructions as to how you can, build up your wealth with your slaves, how to, all kind of stuff. It said something would pop up during the game saying stuff like, you need more guards. You need to make sure that your slaves don't run away, because you lose wealth when they run away. And then it's some kind of way it would do a valuation of the slaves that you had. I mean, this thing went deep into this whole simulation. And I'm just disgusted all over again just telling y'all about this mockery. But I'm glad that it's gone, and I'm putting Magnus Games on the Kiss It list. And look, this is Redwine, and I'm just saying, slavery was never and will never be a game. And these people should be tried in court for even coming up with this. Ain't nobody laughing about slavery. Why is this a game? It's not to black folks anyway. That's all I'm saying. Put them on the Kiss It list from now and forevermore. Slavery game. I ain't never heard any mess like that in my life.
That's crazy. I just don't, like you said, I don't understand how things get green lit like that.
No. I'm not buying that Google saying, oh, they just weren't aware of it.
Right.
And it's messed up that it was the people in Brazil who actually came across it and said, this has got to go. U.S., United States, I guess I don't know. I guess we're so focused on a bunch of other things that are distracting everybody that this just slid on by. So I'm grateful that the Brazilians spotted it and called it out.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The world in which we live is getting more ratchet by the day. All right. Where are we going? Living for the city. You ready, Poppa DD?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's go to Poppa DD. Let you get on your soapbox.
Well, you said that because it put to mind something when you said about how the how the Jews and the Holocaust would never go along with anything like that. Which go to show you that, and they show it too, the way they shut people down just because nobody wants to be accused even coming near it. Mm-hmm. The time frame when the two guys, especially when black people say something about it, they're just so fast to cancel their asses, they're not even funny, because over the last year, they canceled both Kyrie Irving and your boy that was married to Kim Kardashian. Kanye, yeah. Just crucified the two of them, raked them over the coals, and then make it so bad, no matter what kind of relationship you have with your different sponsors, soon you say something of a Jewish nature, the sponsors will just drop you because they don't give a shit about Kanye. They want to look good in front of the Jews. Adidas dropped Kanye like it wasn't shit because they want to look good in front of the Jews. They want the Jews to say, yeah, wow, boy, Adidas dropped him. Boy, they got rid of that Negro, blah, 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 blah. In support of their cause, because everything is a cause nowadays. I just cannot put religion over top the validity of what people stand for in their societies, especially when it's strongly financially based. Like the Jewish religion is, You know? Strongly financial based. Not even, it's so financially based, it's not even talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's just happening. And the people that's down with it and with it, they're just carrying that torch just as strong, and God bless their beliefs. But if you don't give a shit about slavery, then why should people give a shit about you? You know? Because thank God we all can talk about it because we didn't witness that particular time frame. But I got news for you. My ancestors suffered like a motherfucker, not just with slavery, but with racism, not allowed to play baseball, football, anything through the years. Talk to people like that are dead now. You know, talk to Bill Russell and Jim Brown that just passed away, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Talk to them three brothers about how shit was back then. You know? So I don't think anybody should say anything about anything, and I'm not a person that if I say something that's negative or sounds negative, you're not going to take Adidas from me because I ain't got fucking Adidas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I live paycheck to paycheck, so what the fuck you going to take from me? And I ain't putting nobody down with nothing. I'm comparing. I'm saying that your situation ain't no worse than my situation. And if you don't give a fuck about my situation, then vice versa. Because I go to the black cemeteries and I see unmarked graves of slaves that were buried in a capacity level by bulk after they got done with them and traded them off and fucked the wives and just sold the children off and just raped the women and all kind of shit went on. Are you kidding me? But you motherfuckers don't want to talk about that. That doesn't even have a platform. If you don't go down to the damn the National Museum in D.C., you won't even see that shit. You got to go somewhere where it's specifically at. But other groups want you to witness their stuff, see their stuff, celebrate their shit, celebrate their everything. And I'm not just picking on any particular religion. I'm saying everybody. Everybody's so preoccupied with their thing that they won't focus on black stuff. But they want black folks to pay attention to their shit. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. If you want people to believe in your ancestors being just crucified, then believe in our ancestors being crucified. Because everybody was fucked up back then. Everybody got shanghaied and bullshitted and everything else. And I think that blacks and Jews got more in common than people think they do. The modern day Jewish people don't believe that, but people born in the 20s and the 30s, they followed the Jews. Because the Jews, the one advantage the Jewish had, even though people hated them as a people, but they had white skin to protect them. You know? That's why when black folks moved in these neighborhoods after the Jews moved out, they was able to follow the Jews because the Jews had white skin. They were white people. So until you knew their last name or their religion or their cause, you know who the fuck they was. They're white just like the next white person. White is white. You know? Sometimes you don't know whether or not a person is Jamaican unless you hear their accent or you see them or they talk or have a Jamaican flavor about them. But hell, if they're a brown-skinned motherfucker, they just as black as the next motherfucker to open up their mouth, right?
True.
So, you know, that's just food for thought. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Something to think about. But to your point, you can't tell who just by looking at their complexion.
Hell no.
You can't.
No,
but
you
see,
can't.
the thing is, like you said, Jewish people could just be assumed to be American white, whatever.
American white,
you know,
all day.
Judeo, Christian,
all day.
whatever. But the thing is, we're always going to look black.
That we carry black like our
exactly.
like our ID in our wallet.
People, you see a black person.
That's right.
And then, like you said, once they talk, you'll find out, oh, you're from the island somewhere, or you have a British accent. You're from across the pond,
or African. You see
the
dress. I see people on Sunday going to church and they put on the African garb and the little top hat that matches the outfit. I said, oh, those are Africans living there. But other than that, I wouldn't know if blacks just seeing them in their regular shit with brown skin out there putting out the trash or cutting the lawn. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right about that. All right. Well, we're going to take a break and chew on that food for thought. And then we're coming back with Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up. I'm looking forward to that. There's so much stuff happened this week, Ketel. So I hope you got all the details because we're going to need it. We'll be back after the break.
This is the Pajama Party on Blog Talk Radio. The Pajama Party is produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306. And tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved just for you at the Pajama Party, so call us now. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Log on to www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner or call 914-803-4306. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Is it tea time, darling?
Hi, welcome back with Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Ooh, all this good food for thought. Pajama Party is putting it down tonight. Better ask somebody. All right, Ketel. Mm-hmm. It's time for the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel. And take it away, Poppa DD, with the intro.
Hello, me.
Hey, come on with the intro.
Hollywood. Hollywood. Take it
All
away.
right.
Yeah.
Ketel got sound effects. Go ahead, girl.
All right. Well, I haven't heard this name in a while, but he's in the same boat with Harry. Hugh Grant. He gets a green light from the judge to sue the Sun publishers. British actor Hugh Grant has been given the legal green light to proceed with his lawsuit against the parent company of the Sun over allegations it used illegal methods to gather information on him for stories. Wow, he has been in the Hollywood news in a while. He is suing Rupert Murdoch's news group, newspapers, the NGN, over allegations the British tabloid was behind his home's burglary in 2011 and tapped his phone. Wow. Interesting. So on Friday, local time judge said the claim was made too late outside the 6-year limit for civil cases. But he was just granted, the okay to go ahead and sue him. Hey, I guess he said, I'm going to go see another judge. He said, bump that. Somebody going to say yes. So that's what happened. Kudos to you, Hugh Grant. Hey, I guess I like him as an actor. He's pretty good. Surprise, surprise. Haven't heard this name either in the Hollywood news. Sia, the singer, the one that used to cover her face with her hair.
Oh, yeah.
She gave 3 gifts to her favorite, quote-unquote, survivor contestant. Do you believe this is season 44? This is crazy. They've been on for a long time. So it was 5 top people. One major winner won $1 million. The second person won $100,000. But the 3 people, that were left in the top 5 didn't win anything. So those must have been her favorite contestants. So the third place, she gave them $100,000, and the other 2, fourth and fifth, she gave them $15,000 each. So kudos to Sia.
Wow.
The singer, yeah. Hey,
that must be her
favorite
show.
show then. It must be. I'm like, okay. I see she has uncovered herself, unveiled herself, so to speak, from her hair. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
About time.
Also, yeah, it is. People, I mean, it was interesting because, she was a mystery, so, it was, like I said, it was interesting. Celine Dion, she cancels tour dates as a result of her neurological disorder. I'm trying to figure out, why did she go back on tour? The Canadian singer announced the cancellation of the European leg of her Courage tour, world tour, as she continues to battle this neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome. She canceled the 2023 and 2024 dates. I know she was supposed to be here in D.C. as well. That wasn't until next year, so, wow. So,
but I thought her illness prevented her from singing. I guess I misunderstood it, but I remember when she did this video announcement. Did y'all see that? She did this whole video announcement announcing her illness and saying that it affected her throat or her voice and her ability to sing.
Right.
So I thought that meant from that point on she was done.
Right.
I
guess, people in their mind, they think they can do, all things, but, a lot of times people go against what their doctors say. You say, I'm going to try one more time, I guess. And
yeah, that's true.
Probably in rehearsals, she wasn't able to, keep up, It's challenging on a tour. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Also, Britney Spears, heard her name in a few minutes, reconciles with estranged mother after conservatorship battle. She says time heals all wounds. Interesting. Okay. She said, my sweet mama showed up at my doorstep yesterday after 3 years. It's been such a long time. With families, there's always things that need to be worked out. That's true. So, 3 years, haven't seen your mama? That's a lot. I mean, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I don't want to say white folks, but that's white folks. That's what they do, I guess.
It is.
But
I
think that she was trying. I think she was trying to wait until the conservatorship was up, and I think her and her ex-husband, that they are divorced, I believe. But I don't know. I think there was a jealousy thing as well. I didn't get it. She should have given it to me. She gave it to the father. I mean, so we don't know what they were battling. The parents. So. But,
WP drama.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, but don't leave your child high and dry. That's
yeah.
Also, unfortunate 2 passings within the last couple of weeks. James Nathaniel Brown, Jim Brown as he was known, was an American football fullback, civil rights activist, and actor. He played for the Cleveland Browns, the National Football League, from 57 to 65. He was born in St. Simmons Island, Georgia, and passed away May 18th in L.A. He was married twice. Came from Syracuse College. He went to the Cleveland Browns. That's the only team he played for. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
Wow.
He passed May 18th.
Oh, Jim Brown.
Yep. I still liked him, even though he was a Republican. Yeah. But it's all good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was all up Trump's behind. But anyway, so enough chapter in the book. Also, last but not least, we lost a great Tina Turner, was an American-born Swiss singer known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. She rose to prominence as the lead singer of Ike and Tina Turner Revue before launching a successful career as a solo performer. Turner began her career with Ike Turner's Kings of Rhythm in 1957. She died May 24th in Switzerland, where her home was, and she was born in Brownsville, Tennessee, because her real name was Anna Mae Bullock. So yeah, from the Bullock family. Yep, she won I think they said 9 Grammys, and yeah, she has a whole long list of things. Yep. But my famous was what love has to do with it with Angela Bassett. I think that was my famous film about Tina Turner.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep. Also,
I think,
one last.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say on the Tina Turner story, my favorite song of hers is still Nutbush City Lemon. She sang that thing. I love that song.
All right. And last but not least, Jonathan Majors. He's back in the news. Besides crazy, acting crazy, the ex-girlfriend. He is now being spotted with Megan Good, dating her. So, surprise.
Oh.
So, that's my Hollywood wrap-up for tonight. I'll keep you hanging.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and what's up with him and Megan? But
yeah, him and Megan.
I did not know that. Okay.
He probably saw the light with them white women.
Last place they were spotted was at the Red Lobster. They went hanging out at the Red Lobster. Hey.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I'm simple.
They trying to get that all-you-can-eat shrimp deal.
I guess in those what do you call them biscuits? What they butter biscuits or cheese biscuits?
Oh,
cheddar biscuits.
The cheddar garlic.
Cheddar biscuits. Yeah, there you go. Cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, those biscuits are fire. All right. Well, we'll take a quick break, and then Poppa DD is gonna give us the Kiss It list and break it on down. On the other side of the Kiss It list, on the other side of the break, it's the Pajama Party.
Hey, this is Ketel with the yellow top. I'm waiting to hear from you tonight. I'm at the Pajama Party Live. So you can reach us at 914-803-4306, or you can check us out on apajamaparty.com. I've got my opinions, but I want to hear yours. Poppa DD and Redwine are trying to beat me down, so I need you to call back and back me up. I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing, so call me now. 914-803-4306. I'm right here on WPJP, Blog Talk Radio, waiting to hear from you. Here they come. I gotta go.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's now time for the world-famous Kiss It list. Poppa DD, if you could be so kind as to explain to the good people what exactly is the Kiss It list.
Kiss It list is everybody been tripping lately, and they just acting the damn fool.
All right.
And, man, I'm just looking at some here, but just the normal people, that make it every week.
Mm-hmm. Who you got?
The governor, Ron DeSantis. I got Tim Scott. Want to see what he's going to do. Governor Abbott. All these people, it's almost like people go after the presidency like it's some kind of a casual thing to do. You got to understand that you'll be in charge of the whole free world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they got nerve to put down women. Say, oh my God, you can't trust a woman with that job. Oh my God. Oh, but look all these other crazy ass white folks putting in for that shit. And they got nerve to knock. Do we trust a female as president?
Mm-hmm. And DeSantis said that he wanted to make America more like Florida.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Make America like Florida, because he thinks Florida has it going on. Yeah. Florida knows how to do things right. White. And he wants to make America more like Florida.
Well, I'll tell you what. He may talk about changing Disney World. but he ain't gonna change Miami. And I bet he don't even hang down in Miami like that. Because he don't realize that those Miami jokers down there, shit.
Don't talk about the keys. What are you going to do with all of the keys? You being all anti-LGBTQ. Who you think is out in the Keys enjoying life?
Some things he don't mess with. He don't mess with the Keys. He don't mess with Miami. He don't mess with none of that stuff.
He need to go sit down. All right, who else we got?
Oh, man. The usual. First of all, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene will be a resident of the Kiss It list. And Trump.
That boy from South Carolina, Lindsey Graham.
Oh, right.
Don't leave him out. Lindsey Graham, with his ever-changing every day, something pop up, he got to put his face on the TV. Yeah, well, I don't think that. Really? He just vanishes.
And Kevin McCarthy. What is he, Speaker of the House?
Of the House, yeah.
He's another spineless jellyfish. So he's on the Kiss It list. Let's see. Who else you got, Poppa DD?
The guys they're afraid to get rid of, the congressman up there.
Oh, yeah, George Santos.
George Santos. Why ain't they not messing with him? This boy getting paychecks every 2 weeks and living large. Got good medical, you name it. Got everything.
I don't know why they won't get rid of that man.
Got a staff of like 20 people.
I will never understand that one.
You got the Texas Republican Attorney General. His name is Ken Paxton. For having so many years of scandals that his own party is trying to impeach him.
Yeah, that's another crazy one.
You got the Magnus game?
Oh, yeah, the people who invented
the game app called the slavery simulator. You got that cop that shot the 11-year-old boy in Mississippi. Like I said, he's a black man, by the way, and the man that married and then killed his wife and been on the run for the last 10-plus years. So.
Also, I got the bike-stealing Karen in New York.
Yeah.
Whatever her name, I'm calling her the bike-stealing Karen. You already said Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I think her first name was Sarah when I heard earlier.
Okay. Clifton Williams. That's the 64-year-old man that shot his roommate over a Hot Pocket. I'm putting him on the Kiss It list. Him and his roommate. Like, what is up with y'all? So, let's see who else we got. I think that's it. Oh, the FB. Well, I'm not going to look at it. Who's that?
Greg Capers.
Oh, right. That's, wait a minute. Who is that? Capers. And we just said his name earlier.
Greg Capers?
No, Capers.
I can't remember.
Who is that again?
But I have it. I'm not sure. I forgot.
Oh, I know who that is. That's the cop that shot the 11-year-old boy in the chest.
Oh, okay.
That's who that is.
Oh.
Okay. I don't have any more. Anybody else? Any more? Going once?
That's it.
Going twice. All right. Well, for everybody on this week's Kiss It list, we have a special gift, and here it is.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world, kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the John Party Money with Poppa DD here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Well, we're down to the last word. We did what we came to do. We got it in. Gave you what we had. And now we're going to wrap it up. Poppa DD, what's your last word?
My last word is, look at the icons that passed away. Tina Turner and Jim Brown, two very well-known people. Very well-known people that was just living their life and doing their thing. That this is a reminder that death is inevitable. It's something everybody's going to experience it. So don't think you're going to dodge that bullet.
Okay.
So God bless them both, because they are truly icons in their own way. Civil rights, beating, domestic violence and all that. They both had a story. So.
All right. Well, my last word is we need to pay attention. I can't even use the word woke anymore because it's been abused so much. So I'm just going to say we as black people need to pay attention. That situation in Florida where the NAACP is trying to get people to pay attention to what's going on, the new laws, regulations, discrimination, exclusion, all of the ignorance going on, we need to pay attention. You can't just turn a blind eye and say, but they have good beaches and Disney World is there, so I'm just going to go. We got to stop doing that. That's why this kind of stuff continues to go on and on and on, because we don't pay attention.
No, we don't.
We just, like when they call a boycott for something, we say, yeah, but that is my favorite store. So I'm going to just go ahead and just get this and buy that. I'm going to cross that picket line and I'm going to, ignore the boycott. We got to stop that. That's how we can get unity back and make some changes happen, like they did back in the civil rights days. People stuck together. That's how things happen. But that's all I'm saying. We got to pay attention and do better. Ketel, what's your last word for tonight?
Oh, boy. We need to stay woke. From the DeSantis folks, people in Florida, to our own people, our own black folks. So, just don't want to be distinguished. I still want to be here and carry on our race. We can't be distinguished, so let's just stay woke. My last word. Yeah, and stay visible. Like you said, sometimes we get treated like we're invisible. We need to do what we got to do to stay visible. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. All right. Well, that'll do it for us for another edition of A Pajama Party. Poppa DD, you want to say good night?
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.
All right. And Ketel?
Good night. And stay woke.
There you go. And this is Redwine saying good night and pay attention. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko, Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.